I now call the Crosby Township Board of Trustees regular meeting to order for February 10th, 2025. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Lohman,
Here.
Mr. Hyam,
Here.
Mr. Heiss,
Here.
Approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held December 9th. That would have been January.
Oh, yeah, that's my fault. It was January 13th.
Right.
January 13th, 2024.
I move we accept minutes.
There was one spelling error that I've already corrected.
I second it.
Roll call.
Lohman,
Yes.
Hyam,
Yes.
Heiss,
Yes.
Approval of the minutes for the special meeting held February 3rd, 2025.
There was also one spelling error already noted. That's been corrected already. Any other corrections? Yeah, it was.
Right before the 400,000.
Yeah, I changed it to I believe it was the word of.
Yep.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Lohman,
Yes.
Hyam,
Yes.
Heiss,
Yes.
Approval to pay the bills as have been presented over the past month.
So move.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Lohman,
Yes.
Hyam,
Yes.
Heiss.
Yes.
Here, I have the, given that passage, I've got the final copies of both of those. I'll pass down for signature.
All right, correspondence, me. Hamilton County Board of Health meeting was today at 4 o'clock. Denise Treehouse is now the president of the Hamilton County Commissioners for this year. And then that lady at the last meeting that I brought up with the officer about the dogs, I gave her the information and she thanked me, so hopefully that gets resolved. Did the fraud questionnaire for the auditor. Hamilton County Commissioners approved the 2025 Hamilton County Emergency Operations Plan, officially putting the plan into effect, which addresses extraordinary emergency situations associated with a national technological or human-caused hazards.
What did we call that? 2025 emergency what?
Operations plan for Hamilton County. The commissioners approved that for this year. And the Hamilton County Board of Health District Advisory Council meeting is March 11th at noon. I plan on going to that. I've gone the last 2 years, unless somebody else wants to go.
Advisory Council meeting when?
March 11th at noon, 12. And then, as probably some people have noticed, Edgewood Road is closed north of Hoffman until the end of June for sewer work. That's all I have.
Closed through June.
Till the end of June.
Okay.
Dennis?
Yeah, right. You said Denise Treehouse is the new president of Hamilton County Commissioners. They have a meeting February the 26th at 5 p.m. at the Memorial Hall that you can go to. I don't know if you said that or not.
No, I didn't.
Did not. What day was that again?
That's February the 26th at 5 p.m. Memorial Hall. then the Hamilton County Township Association had a meeting with legislators on February the 1st at Schuler Park. And I was out of town, I wasn't here, I didn't go. Duke Energy has a storm school on February the 18th. You were supposed to RSVP by now, so, but it's being held at 4670 Kellogg Avenue, room 118. The ICRC had their quarterly meeting, and they basically went over their budget and approved their budget for 2025. We had a mileage certificate that was supposed to be signed by Crosby Township and from the Hamilton County Engineer's Office, so that was taken care of. United Way has a new website, and it is uwgc.org. That's it.
What was the last one again?
uwgc.org for United Way, new website.
uwgc.org.
Yep.
Thanks, Dennis. Chuck?
I have one more thing besides what you two have. It's the Hamilton County Storm Water District e-newsletter. It's the winter 2025 edition. There is an annual Ohio Stormwater Conference on May the 8th and May the 9th in Sandusky, Ohio. It's an annual conference, and you can have it in person. It costs $225, or you can do it virtual, which is $150.
Annual conference when?
In Sandusky, Ohio, May 8th and May the 9th. I guess they have this every year. I can't remember seeing it before, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chuck. Officer DePaoli said he was not going to be here, but someone else was supposed to be here, but I guess they didn't make it. So I guess we won't have a report from them this month. So then,
Another one.
public at large. Does anybody want to get up?
Nope.
Reports legal. Alan is sick tonight, so he is not here.
One thing, I took the policy book, Brenda and I worked on it, we made a few other changes, and then I gave it to Alan to review, so he does have that in his possession, and when we get it back, then we can, we're going to we restructured the way it, from what it was when we handed everybody out. So it's going to be a totally different look, but it's going to have the same information. So Alan's going over that, and we'll get his feedback.
So then we'll go on to maintenance. Jim?
Well, we spent some time cleaning trucks, sawed off the trucks this last couple of weeks, and had to wash the shop floor down, get all the salt off of it, and replaced all the exit signs, inside and the ones outside. And as you can see, we're working on a wall there in the hallway. It's coming along pretty good. And we've been picking up trash on the road. That was always a pet peeve when I was a trustee, the garbage, trying to keep it cleaned up. It's a never-ending job. It's like you can keep one guy busy just walking the streets and picking up garbage out.
But it makes it look better.
It does look better. I mean,
Yeah.
I go in other townships around here and I look at the garbage and you can, we got way better looking streets, I think, and
Yep,
most of them. And
I agree with you. I agree
Bruce
with you.
Cornett likes to do that. He likes to be out there on his own and picking up garbage and
I saw him today.
it's, he likes doing it, so I just
Let him
doing
go.
it, you know, so. Other than that, everything's been going good, and I think, Rick Espel, got their boards all, they're ready over there in the building. He routed the edges on them and cut the 45s on them, and he's gonna finish it from there, the way I understand. I'll make sure tonight.
I offered to help him sand if he wanted some help, so,
I mean, we could help him too, but I
Right.
just wanted,
but,
To
you
do
know,
it.
in case you guys got busy and he wanted to do it on an off day,
yeah.
if I'm not doing anything, I told him I'd help him, so.
And I know these need paint underneath them, because if you remember, the exit lights were a two-piece thing. These ain't as big, so there's gonna be, needs paint on the bottom, but I figured we'd wait until we painted them walls, because it should be the same color,
Right?
so that we'll just get up there and set it all.
Is there any paint left over when they redid this wall, when they rebuilt it?
There's paint over there, I ain't looked on that.
I didn't know if it was back
Same as
there
I've
in
been
that
trying to-
room.
Some of you said that there was extra flooring, I ain't never seen it, I haven't seen it.
There was supposed to have been an extra pack or two, but
Just in case, I mean, I know we don't need it, just in
Right.
case something got damaged, that,
did you ask Jim Jackson if there was any?
no, but I've been back there, never knows, I'll ask him tomorrow.
Yeah. So, yeah. We're supposed to have an extra pack, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, I haven't seen it, I looked over there today, when it was on my mind. I walked around, I have never seen it there.
Yeah.
But did anybody, I don't know who would've got it, if Mike would've got it,
Or else there was no pack left over. I mean,
it's hard to believe they could do this whole floor and not have a pack
I
left
know,
over.
because they did the office too.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the flooring.
The zoning office,
In the zoning office?
in the storage room, under the, I'll show you, Jim, later.
okay,
There's like 4 packs.
Okay,
4 packs.
there you go.
All right. I was gonna say, I
Thanks,
had
Brian.
an extra pack on my kitchen, and I just had a little kitchen, I did. They did all this.
Yeah,
and
they
I
always
had
have
none
extra packs.
left. That'd be it.
Thanks, Jim. Fire, Chief Davis.
January run totals, 37 EMS details, 20 fire details, 57 details during January. The AED and cabinet for the maintenance building came in and is now hung on the wall over at that building. We also dropped off 5 to 6 portable radios they can use when they're plowing or working on the streets. The Knox box for the community center is also in. Lieutenant Keller will coordinate the installation with that with Mr. Niehaus out here in front, and then we'll put the keys in that to secure the keys for this building. All the parts for the cradle points that are needed for the mobile data computers have been delivered. We will start scheduling installation of those units in the vehicles this month.
What was that? What is that? What's that again?
That's the cradle point. It's for the MDCs to where we don't rely on the SIM card. There's always a constant, it's a Wi-Fi for the vehicles, for the computers. That we got that with a grant from Nice, not Nice, I'm sorry, yeah, Nice. We have 2 career firefighter paramedic openings to fill. Maddie Montoya was out on leave due to having a child. After talking to her and trying to work out the logistics of daycare and time away from her family, she decided to resign from the fire service to focus on her family. Aaron Leffingwell has taken a job with another department. I'm currently working with Brenda to check availability dates for a written test and interviews to be held here in this building. Once those dates are chosen, I will post a written test to fill those 2 positions.
Have you called Have you called Anthem to cancel their healthcare coverage?
I have not.
Can you do that?
Can't do that. Well, Matty didn't have it, but Leffingwell did, and I'll call and make sure it's back to January 1st.
Okay, thanks.
And that is all I have.
Anything else for Chief?
One more. Matt, will I need like a,
Do you want to mention anything about the fire?
a security code or anything like that to tell them?
I don't know. I mean, your name should be on it, I would imagine. I mean, you're the one that secures the coverage. So, I mean, if there's a problem, let us know.
Okay.
I just think it would be better for you to make that call instead of me playing telephone. You know.
Do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep.
As far as the firehouse, since we're in the fire department, went over with Bob and looked at the lockers, and then I met with Chief Davis to figure out what kind of lockers they needed. The lockers they have right now for their personal belongings are mismatched. There's like 3 different sizes down that hallway. So there's 3 of them that are in good shape at the right size. So we're gonna add 13 more to them to make the contingent of 16. So we came up with the specs on that. I haven't met with Bob lately on that. They had an idea for a new flagpole on the bid sheet. I told them that we weren't going to do the flagpole because the existing flagpole is in good shape, other than fixing the pulley on top and new roping. So I couldn't see spending $1,800 on a new flagpole. So we'll use that money to put towards lockers, be better spent.
Is the locker project you're talking about, is that part of the renovation?
That's part of the renovation, and it was a supplement.
I was gonna say, there's a change order.
Yeah, it's a change order for the lockers. I don't know which change order it is, but there is a change order.
Okay.
So that lockers will be on that change order. And then FEMA wants to have vents put in the part of the firehouse that we're adding that is not waterproofed. So right here is the vents that they would like to have in. And so the engineer has incorporated the venting into the project. The last drawings I saw, they even wanted one in the door. Even though the door goes up and down, they wanted a vent in the door. So that was addressed. So we're waiting on what else is gonna.
What do you mean by a vent?
It goes in the wall, in the foundation or the side of to let the water in and let the water out.
For water?
Yep,
Because of the floodplain issues?
yep, because of the floodplain issue. So that has been addressed in the engineering drawing. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have for right now. I haven't heard from Bob.
So things are still at Hamilton County? Is that where?
Hamilton
it's at?
County and Hamilton County in their thing is saying that making FEMA happy is becoming a problem. So we just got to work through it and hopefully things come together here. So,
Where FEMA gets defunded?
so that's all I have on the fire department at this time.
All right. So community coordinator Vivian is sitting in for Brenda tonight.
Okay, the coaches have got the ball fields all reserved. All the paperwork is filled out and been signed on the website and everything, so all that's done. Wii Bowling is on hold right now. We have it on Tuesdays, and one of the ladies had surgery, so everybody wanted to wait till she come back, so we got Wii on hold. Yoga's still Tuesday night at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. Chair volleyball every Thursday, 10 to 12. We had our senior club meeting last week. We had a pizza party and desserts, had entertainment, and got 3 new members joined. We had about 28 people last week. Crosby Cafe is Thursday, the 19th. We have dinner with friends on the 20th at Valley Escondido in Harrison. And right now we've got, I think, 21 people signed up for that. On the 28th of February, we're going to the American Sign Museum. And we have 2 Council on Aging vans coming to take everybody to that. And I think we have 18 people signed up now for that. And we've been doing some research on trips on the tour buses and got a bunch of stuff we're going to go over with the people to see if there's any interest in that. That's about what we got.
Thanks, Vivian.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Fiscal Officer Matt.
First of all, there's a thing here for OTARMA, and it's the appointment of a representative and an alternate. Believe last year it was Doug and I think Chuck as an alternate, and I guess you just represent the township in communications and I don't know, maybe small decision making related to OTARMA if they need to contact somebody. So does anybody want to be the representative?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. And then anybody want to be the alternate?
I can be the alternate unless Chuck, you want to. Doesn't matter.
Chuck, you go with Mr. Hive doing that?
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to fill out just a couple things here. There's a slot. It says OTARMA member in the township county. So I'm going to write Crosby Township, Hamilton County. And then underneath that, it says name and title. I'm going to put my name and my title there because then there's a whole other section for representative and alternate. I suppose if I do it wrong, they'll surely let us know. So I'll pass it down to Doug and Dennis. Along with that, there's basically a renewal questionnaire related to OTARMA coverage that Jamie filled out the information. I just signed that as well. We'll get these turned in once they're filled out.
It's Hive at Crosby Township, TWP.org.
Other things really going on. Oh, I'll mention the in the fiscal officer's report, we did not have the December bank rec done at the last meeting. That is complete. That's in the report. January is not yet completed. We're in temporary mode in UAN, and we need to get through the closing out of the year as part of our end of the year process, and that has to be done by the end of February, and it will allow us to do that bank rec function. I suspect that we'll have bank reconciliations for both January and February in the next fiscal officer report. And I mean, we're just really grinding through end of the year stuff. We got past all of the W-2 stuff, W-3 stuff, getting the new wages in, PTO for firefighters. So at this point, we're kind of on the tail end, but kind of a big part of it, but at the tail end of the year stuff. That's all I got. Unless you have any other questions. Oh, one thing, Chief, it does not look like, unfortunately, that the PTO balances are showing up on the pay stubs. And I don't really know that there's a way to fiddle with that or adjust that. I think it's just going to have to be a situation where if someone needs to know, they can just give us a call. I think that's, I mean, especially with the small amount of employees that we have, I think that's just the best way to go about it.
Okay.
They can get real-time data. So,
All right.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I appreciate the you guys trying. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Anything else for Matt? Dennis is getting Rick right now. Rick's not used to being in here this quick.
Oh, while he's sitting down there, I've got fiscal officer report if you wouldn't mind signing it.
All right, zoning, Rick.
Last month, we had we issued 10 permits, 3 for in-ground swimming pools, 1 accessory building, 5 new homes, and 1 sign permit. Also, February 10th, which is tonight, the Zoning Commission is meeting now for their organizational meeting. And on February 12th, Wednesday, the Zoning Board of Appeals organizational meeting will be meeting at 6:30. And that's all I have.
Anything else for Rick?
Nope, good.
No new businesses or anything you know of, or?
Trying to think of stuff for me to write down. Is that what you're doing?
People want to know when they see dirt getting moved, they want to know what's going in.
Now, we do have a gentleman I met with in the Fort Scott industrial area, the light industry area, the FF. They want to put in storage buildings. Had the initial meeting tonight, but he has to come back with a better plan, so that's where we're at with that. That's it?
I guess you haven't heard anything from the park.
Nope. No communication.
Probably won't.
They're making a good mess there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, been muddy and they don't stop. They just churn her up.
That's winter building.
It might hurt some of those wildflowers.
So, but they're going out. I guess the greenhouse is going up. Is that what that?
That, yeah, that kind of metal structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I know the barn, they've pretty much gutted it and putting in a new foundation. I mean, that thing has to be completely rebuilt inside. They're just trying to keep the look of the outside.
Yeah.
So it's,
I know they've been doing a lot of work inside, so they've been going at it. I'll give them that.
Thanks, Rick. Old business, don't really have any. I guess it did that Johnson Control thing ever, the
I'm
$49.
assuming it's taken care of now that
Well, at the last meeting, I remember because I just typed them up. At the last meeting, Dennis indicated that they'd gone to collections because of sales tax we did not pay, but then that had been rectified.
Yeah, but I thought there was still more emails.
Well,
after that.
after that, you sent in a sales tax exemption, but they didn't like the way it was filled out, and they fired it back, and then Jamie refilled it according to the woman's specifications from the collection agency, that they wanted the correct date and stuff on it. So I'm assuming now that we're done with it.
I assume so because Jamie didn't even mention it to me. So
So should be passed.
They did an inspection over here last week at our.
Yeah, someone called me because he was in this building
Yeah.
wondering what was, and I says, well, we can't, because he says, we don't have anything from November, and I'm like, because we canceled it, and then but I said it was, he didn't even know it was over in the maintenance building, I don't think, so I told him to go over there.
He didn't know what he was inspecting over here. We didn't show him where the sensors were.
my goodness.
He goes, Emerson, yeah, that's it, right there. There's a beam that goes across, I guess, from the one on one end, the building to the other. When that beam gets broken,
Oh,
sets off the alarm. You can do it with dust too.
They called today and wanted me to do a survey on the month of January, how their performance was. And I said, we don't use you guys anymore.
let Jim give it to him.
Yeah.
On that note, we had to do a list of contacts for the new company, which is that Guardian, and I believe it's Jim, me, and then Chief Davis are the 3 contacts. So Jim will be getting a call at 2 in the morning
I wasn't you, Chief Davis, and me.
because you're closer.
I can see the flames.
Yeah. All right, Dennis,
I have none.
Chuck,
None.
Ain't having any business because
new business. I have none. Dennis.
I guess the only thing we should start thinking about is if sometime this year, if we want to entertain the thought of hiring a township administrator after we get done with the policy book and get the fire department's construction underway, I would, people think about it, whether we want to proceed down that path again or not. But I think we need to address it. So in the next several months, after we get the policy book done and we can get this fire department going, I'd like to entertain a discussion. So just think about. Internet, that's all I have.
Chuck,
None.
other concerns? The next regular business meeting will be March 10th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Second?
Roll call.
Lohman,
Yes.
Hyde,
Yes.
Heiss.
Yes.
7:34.